Hello students, welcome to AKTU MOOCs program lecture number 12 of Instrumental Methods of Analysis BP 701T. In today's lecture, we will discuss about the vibrational frequency and factors affecting vibrational frequency. Myself Krishna Kumar Verma, Assistant Professor, Ramesh Institute of Vocational and Technical Education. So as we discussed in the previous lecture that when any IR light strikes or falls upon the sample or the matter, then its absorption takes place if it can observe a change in the dipole moment, and upon the absorption the natural vibrating frequency matches with the IR frequency of the instrument matches with the natural frequency, and absorption take place and vibrating motion got amplified. So, the vibrational frequency can be represented by the Hooke's law, that is generally given by equation mu bar is equal to 1 upon 2 pi c square root k upon mu. Now, in this equation this mu bar indicates the vibrational frequency, c is the velocity of light, that is the constant, k is the force constant, and mu is the reduced mass. The force constant value is generally expressed as a 5 into 10 to power 5 dynes per centimeter for a single bond, and mu is the reduced mass, that is generally calculated by m1 m2 upon m1 plus m2 value, and here the weights are generally represented in grams, but the weight values what we know are in AMU unit, atomic mass units. So, to convert the gram unit into the AMU unit, we have to use the Avogadro's correction factor, and after applying this Avogadro factor constant, so this equation becomes m1 m2 upon 6.02 into 10 to power 23 m1 plus m2. So, c is the velocity of light, 2.998 into 10 to power 10 centimeter per second. So, after solving all the constants, this equation finally becomes 4.12 square root k upon mu. Now, in this case the mu is in AMU units. So, this equation of vibrational frequency can be used to get the insight or knowledge of the theoretical frequency values for any particular type of a bond. Just to take examples, we have some several examples here of carbon-carbon bonds, carbon and heteroatoms, and other different type of bonds. But one thing or information that we get from this equation is that the vibrational frequency is generally directly proportional to the force constant value, and it is generally inversely proportional to the mass value. So, we can clearly see from this equation that any structural feature or factor that can increase the value of k will also increase the value of mu bar, that is the vibrational frequency. So, the force constant increases, frequency also increases, force constant decreases, frequency also decreases, and in the same case if the mass value is increasing, frequency generally in that case decreases. So, the frequency is directly proportional to the force constant and inversely proportional to the mass values. So, let us have a look into some examples. So, these are the carbon-carbon frequencies. You can clearly say that a triple bond is absorbing at 2150 centimeter inverse, double bond is absorbing at 1650, and single bond is absorbing at 1200 centimeter inverse. So, as the force constant value is decreasing from the triple bond to the single bond, vibrational frequency is also decreasing. On the other hand, second example is the vibrational frequency value of a CH bond, and CH bond in this case has a highest value of 3300, then in the double bond case it is 3100, and in the single bond case it is 2900. So, here also the factor, the value is generally decreasing from the alkyne to alkene to alkane, and here the main working factor is the hybridization state of the carbon that is connected to the multiple bond. And you can clearly see now the effect of the mass. So, CH bond is having a frequency of 3000 centimeter inverse, but when we replace this hydrogen with the carbon, value decreases to 1200. By the replacement of the oxygen, value comes to 1100. With the halogen, chlorine, bromine and iodine, in this case you can see 750, 600 and 500. So, these are the values that are being decreases. So, therefore, force constant, any structural feature or modification that tends to increase the force constant value will increase the frequency value, and if we decrease the force constant value by any structural modification, then frequency also decreases. Now, let us discuss about the factors upon which vibrational frequency value mainly depends, or you can say that can affect the frequency value. So, here are the some common factors that play important role. Those are like vibrational coupling, hydrogen bonding, hybridization, electronic effects and field effect. So, let us start with the vibrational coupling motion. So, vibrational coupling, to understand this vibrational coupling concept, consider an isolated CH bond, and the isolated CH bond, suppose there is one isolated CH bond. Now, it can only have a one stretching frequency. So, until unless a second CH bond also come along with it. So, as the second CH comes into the picture, now in such type of compounds, then it can observe a symmetrical or asymmetrical stretching. So, isolated CH can have a one stretching mode, but such type of a two different type of like bonds that are having a one common atom, here we can see that stretching can be of symmetrical or it can be of antisymmetrical or asymmetrical. So, like for example, in methylene. So, now because of the interaction between the CH stretching vibrations in the CH2 group. So, what happens, these two interactions, they interact with each other and they produce a different effects due to the stretching and the asymmetrical modes. Because of the interaction between the CH stretching vibrations in the CH2 methylene group, asymmetric vibrations occur at a high frequencies or the wave number than the symmetrical stretchings, and due to this two different frequencies are observed instead of a one single frequency. One is a little bit higher value and second is at little bit lower value, and these are called as a coupled vibrations, because these vibrations occur together at different frequencies than that of a isolated bond. So, isolated CH bond has only one frequency, but such type of a coupling leads to the formation of a two new bands, one at a slightly higher value and second at slightly lower value, and this produces two signals, one for symmetrical and one for asymmetrical. So, when this vibrational coupling is generally observed, so vibrational coupling is mainly observed when the vibrations are of same symmetry, there must be a common atom between the groups for the coupling. Interaction is greatest when coupled group absorb near the same frequencies, and coupling is negligible when the groups are separated by two or more atoms in chain. Now, related to this there is a one phenomena called as a Fermi resonance. So, Fermi resonance involves the coupling of fundamental vibration with the overtone or the combination bands. So, when interaction take place between the fundamental band vibration and overtone or any combination band, then the vibrations or the bands produced are called as a Fermi resonance bands, and the phenomena is called as a Fermi resonance. So, this phenomena was developed or identified by the scientist Enrico Fermi, and that is why it is called as a Fermi resonance in his honor. So, if two different vibrations of the same species have nearly the same energy, then mutual perturbation of energy may occur, leading to the shifting of one towards the lower and other towards the high frequency with increase in the intensity of the both bands, and the molecule transfer its energy from the fundamental band to the combination band or to the overtone and vice versa. So, there is a mutual exchange of energy between the fundamental band and the overtone or fundamental band and the combination bands, and that leads to the formation of new bands due to the Fermi resonance concept for the phenomena. So, the resonance pushes the two level apart and mixes their character, and each behave as a partly fundamental and partly overtone in nature. So, this was mainly explained by the taking example of carbon dioxide. So, CO2 is a linear molecule, and we have already studied that for linear molecule we can calculate the fundamental vibrations by equation 3a minus 5. So, this generally give us the value 4 for CO2, and it has a two stretchings, symmetrical and asymmetrical, and as we have already discussed, this asymmetrical vibration is generally not active in IR, it is generally observed in Raman spectroscopy. So, in IR we mainly observe this symmetrical stretching. So, the symmetrical stretching of CO2 is in Raman spectroscopy shows the band at 1337 centimeter inverse, and the two remaining bending vibrations are generally absorbed and at the same value of 667.3 centimeter inverse, and the overtone appears at 1334.6 centimeter inverse. So, this is an overtone of the bending vibration. So, 667.3 multiplied by 2, then it comes to 1334.6 centimeter inverse. So, this is an overtone. Now, this overtone and this fundamental vibration, they are very near to each other and they overlap, and due to the Fermi resonance concept they produce two different bands at 1285.5 centimeter inverse and 1388.3 centimeter inverse with the intensity ratio of 1:0.9. So, instead of getting a two original value, we are getting a two new values at 1285.5 and 1388.3. So, these two bands appear in the spectrum of IR due to the Fermi resonance. Second is the hydrogen bonding, and it has been seen that hydrogen bonding tend to increase the length of the OH or the NH type bonds, and therefore, if lengthening of bond is taking place, it decreases the force constant value, hence it decreases the vibrational frequency value. So, the intermolecular and intramolecular hydrogen bonds can be distinguished from each other with the help of a IR spectrum by diluting the sample. So, after diluting, if there is a change in the spectrum pattern of the OH or the NH, then we clearly can say that the hydrogen bonding is a intermolecular type, because intermolecular hydrogen bonding we all know is a concentration dependent. Third effect is the hybridization effects, and hybridization affects the bond strength and also the force constant value. So, the bond strength order based upon the hybridization is the sp, sp2, sp3. So, sp has a 50% S character, sp2 has a 33% S character, and sp3 has a 25% S character. So, we can see that sp has a strong S character. So, it is a well known fact that S character generally tend to make the bonds more stronger. So, therefore, sp as the molecule which observe the sp hybridization are even more stronger than sp2 and then sp3. So, this sp is generally seen in case of alkynes, sp2 is generally seen in case of alkenes, and sp3 is generally seen in case of alkanes. So, you can clearly see that in case of sp hybridization, we have the highest value of vibration frequency of 3300 centimeter inverse, whereas in case of sp2 hybridization, we are observing the vibration frequency of at 3100 centimeter inverse, and for saturated CH, we are observing the vibration frequency at 2900 centimeter inverse. So, as the percent S character increases, the force constant generally increases, and that tends to increase the vibrational frequency values. So, alkenes absorbs at a highest vibrational frequency than alkanes. Next is the electronic effects. In electronic effects, we are taking first we take example of inductive effect, and we know that inductive effect further is subdivided into two different types: positive inductive effect and negative inductive effect, and accordingly the functional groups are also classified as a plus I groups and minus I groups. So, plus I groups generally tends to cause the lengthening or the weakening of any bond, and therefore, they decrease the bond strength, and if the bond strength is decreasing, so that tends to decrease the vibrational frequency value. So, here we take example of formaldehyde, and in case of formaldehyde you can see clearly that we have a hydrogen attached to the aldehydic carbon. In case of there is second is the acetaldehyde which has a CH3 group, and third is the ketone acetone which has a 2 CH3 groups. So, it has a 0 alkyl groups, it has a 1 alkyl group, it has a 2 alkyl groups attached to the carbonyl carbon, and the vibrational frequency of carbonyl carbon is clearly decreasing down as we are increasing the number of alkyl groups. So, in formaldehyde the carbonyl frequency is 1750, in acetaldehyde carbonyl frequency is at 1745, and in acetone carbonyl frequency is at 1715 centimeter inverse. So, as we are increasing the number of positive alkyl plus I alkyl groups, the vibration frequency is generally decreasing, and opposite is true in case of minus I type groups. So, minus I type groups generally causes the shortening of the bond, and hence they increase the bond strength, and as a result vibrational frequency also generally increases. So, vibrational frequency of the same carbonyl group can also be understood in this manner. Now, in this case we do not have any negative I group. So, it has a 0, it has a 1 chlorine and it has a 2 chlorines. So, as we are increasing the number of chlorines which is a minus I type group, you can clearly see that vibrational frequency is increasing from 1715 to 1740. So, therefore, if plus I group is introduced in any molecule, it generally tend to decrease the vibrational frequency, and minus I group generally tend to increase the vibrational frequency values. And this electronic effect is also applicable in case of a conjugation or the resonance. The conjugation or the resonance generally lowers the absorption frequencies, and this is generally seen with the mesomeric effect, which causes the lengthening or the weakening of a bond that leads to the lowering of the vibrational frequency value. So, whenever we are introducing the resonance or the mesomerism, it generally may tend to cause the lengthening of the weakening of the bond, and hence force constant value is decreasing. So, vibrational frequency mainly decreases. So, this is the case here. In this case, the vibrational frequency of CO is observed at a 1706 centimeter inverse, but instead of this double bond, we replace this double bond with the aromatic ring. You can see that 1706 value comes to 1693. So, by the introduction of this aromatic ring, so the vibrational frequency decreases. And similar way में in the mesomeric effect की अगर हम बात करें, so this electron donating group and second is the case of electron withdrawing group. So, electron withdrawing groups on the aromatic ring generally increases the value, and electron donating group to the aromatic ring mainly decreases the frequency values. So, introduction of aromatic ring decreases the vibrational frequency values, and in the aromatic ring, if we are like introducing the like a minus M type group, negative mesomeric, which withdraw the electrons from the aromatic ring, aromatic system, they cause the shortening of the bond and increase in the force constant values, and hence they increase the vibrational frequency values, whereas the plus M type groups causes the weakening or the lengthening of the bond. So, they decrease the vibrational frequency values. And next is the field effect. So, when two functional groups influence each other by the steric or the electrostatic repulsions or the interactions, so their vibrational frequency may also change. Just for example, orthochlorobenzoic acid esters. So, in this case we can see here the field effect shifts the carbonyl frequency in the rotational isomer number 2 and not in the number 1, as both isomers are usually found to be present together. So, therefore, two carbonyl frequency stretching absorptions are observed in the spectrum of this compound number 2. So, here you can see that this frequency is not interacting with the halogen or the halide, but in case of second isomer, you can see that chlorine can easily interact with the carbonyl group, and that may cause the change in the frequency values, and instead of getting a one value, we generally get the two different values of two different isomeric forms. So, this effect is also observed sometimes when there is a bulkier group present at the ortho positions. So, this is the field effect, which is generally responsible for the steric interactions or the electrostatic interactions. So, here is a reference of William Camp Organic Spectroscopy, 3rd edition, page 29 to 38. So, before concluding, let us summarize once again what we studied today in this lecture. So, we studied that vibrational frequency can be represented by the Hooke's law, and it states that Hooke's law equation states that the frequency is directly proportional to the force constant value and inversely proportional to the reduced mass value. So, whenever we are increasing the force constant or making the bond more stronger, the frequency is absorbs at a higher value wave number values, and when we are adding the larger or the bulkier groups, then frequency decreases. And then we discussed the several factors upon which the vibrational frequency value can depend. So, those are like coupling, vibrational coupling, Fermi resonance also can change the frequencies. Then we discussed about the hydrogen bonding, and especially intermolecular hydrogen bonding is play an important role, and hydrogen bonding के बाद next is the electronic effects, and the electronic effect we focused or discussed about the inductive effect and the mesomeric effect and the resonance effect, and then we studied about the steric effect. So, these are the several like factors that can cause the alteration in the vibrational frequency values. So, whenever we are like introducing any structural feature that may cause a change in the force constant or the mass value, then we are definitely going to observe a change in the vibration frequency value. Thank you.